Hey guys! So a lot of these stories that I've told you guys, I like to practice them on people before I tell it to the camera just to see what kind of a reaction it would get, if it'd be a story worth telling or not. I haven't done that with all of them. You can honestly probably guess which ones they are because they aren't as funny. But yeah, I've done it. I tell these stories to like my friends or my family. This particular story that I'm going to tell you today, the first time I told it was on a date. You're going to see why that probably wasn't the best idea, I guess. This story begins, it was the summer before either my first or second grade, I can't really remember, and I was making probably one of the biggest decisions of my life. Because we were back to school shopping, and my mom had left me alone to pick out some underwear. And my big choice, was between the Spider-Man underwear and the Power Ranger underwear. Imagine yourself in the shoes of a, 7-year-old trying to decide that. I mean, underwear is big enough for him already. It was such a big deal for me. I don't know why. Underwear is important, guys. Underwear is important. Hashtag underwear is... No, I'm not going to do that. But anyways, I was standing there. I remember for so long just staring at the options like, I don't know. It's too hard. And finally, my mom came back from helping my older siblings, and she told me it's time to go. And I was like, I haven't made a choice yet. And she basically just said, we gotta go now. So I quickly I just grabbed the Spider-Man underwear and we went. Still regret that decision. Still, it's just... Dang. So I had the Spider-Man underwear. Now put yourself in the shoes of a 7-year-old boy. Again, 7-year-old boy who really likes Spider-Man and now has him printed on his underwear. That's really cool. You guys, that's really cool. But nobody else knows, which is unfair, right? One day, during the school year, I think it was like, I don't know how far through the school year, I was out at recess with my friend. We'll call him Andy. Me and Andy were in line early to go back inside for some reason. But we were just standing there and talking. There's one other kid there. His name, we'll call him Aaron. So we have Aaron and Andy. And I was talking to Andy, and I was like, dude, I have like freaking Spider-Man underwear. What, really? That's awesome. I know, right? It's really sweet. You want to see it? Yeah, you want to see mine too? Now you probably, just seeing this from the standpoint of an adult, you can see this is a bad idea, I guess. But I mean, come on. I had Spider-Man underwear. His were just plain blue. How boring is that? What a loser. Andy. Unfortunately, what we didn't count on was Aaron. And Aaron was just like, if you guys do that, I'm gonna go get the duty guard. Aaron was a very by the book kind of kid, even more so than I was, which is really saying something. After all, it was probably my idea to stand in line early to get back into class. We should have taken him more seriously when he said that, but we didn't. We ignored him, and we showed each other our underwear. But it wasn't like we dropped trow in the middle of the schoolyard. That's ridiculous. We just got really close to the wall, uncomfortably close, and then we kind of just pulled our pants down a little bit and just showed each other. It was nothing. It was fine. He saw my Spider-Man, I saw his blue. What a waste of underwear. Why would you just get blue underwear, right? I still want those Power Rangers though. So basically, you can probably see what's coming next. Aaron immediately runs off to go get the duty guard. And finally it occurs to our first or second grade brains that, oh, we're probably in trouble. So we ran off to go hide on the playground, which is impossible because it's just flat, you know? And we're not going near the actual playground because there's kids there, which would make more sense for hiding, but yeah. So we were just kind of standing there, in plain sight, trying to hide, which doesn't really work. I don't know. So basically, the bell eventually rang, of course, so we had to go back inside, which means we had to go walk back to where we were standing before to get in the line. And standing right there is Aaron and a duty guard, just staring at us. And he's pointing over at us, and Now, this was my first time to the principal's office, and also my only time. I will say I think this was probably the stupidest reason a kid could be sent to the principal's office for, and I think the principal knew that too because he seemed extremely bored. Looking back on that conversation, I mean, I didn't realize it at the time because I was too scared, but man, that was awkward, especially for the principal. I mean, he's just sitting there and he's like, okay, what did you do? We, showed each other our underwear. Did you show any private parts? What? You know, private parts. I like your... Oh, no. And that whole time I was in there, I mean, I was scared stiff, but I was just staring at the reflections trophies behind him, just like, wow, those are really shiny. I bet I could get one of those one day. Oh wait, that guy's huge. I'm a bad kid now, aren't I? And basically that's what set me on this path now that I'm such a terrible kid, right? Am I right, everybody? Yeah. I will say though, I did get those reflections trophies eventually. Because you know, 4-year-old or 7-year-old or whatever puts in a clay porcupine fish and everybody has to be like, oh, of course he gets a trophy for that. You can see why this was a bad idea for a first date especially. Honestly, I think it's a good representation of who I am. Or who I was at least. I don't go around showing people my underwear anymore. They don't have well, I guess they do have adult underwear that looks cool, but it just feels creepy at this point. The moral for this story, I think the best I can come up with is just that we changed so much. Even though I really still want that Power Ranger underwear. Okay, bye.